people think of lesser-known manufacturers, they think of PAX or Art Engineering, or maybe even Giovanola. But answer me this. When have you ever thought of Jinma Rides? I'll be talking about them today and why they may be one of, if not the most scuffed roller coaster manufacturers known to man. So to start, Jinma Rides was founded in 1983 in China, originally focusing on smaller rides such as Ferris wheels and kids and family coasters, which were interesting. But 2021, they debuted their first LSM coaster, Shockwave Riders, and ever since then they've made quite a few rides. In all honesty, some of them look great, but some just don't look that good. They're known for primarily making knockoff coasters, though, mostly cheap copies of B&M and Vekoma rides, such as the Dive Coaster, Flying Dutchman, Tilt Coasters, and even Vekoma family boomerangs. If there's a coaster model out there, chances are that Jinma Rides has already made a rip-off of it. Most of them are kind of funny, though, mostly to look at. In particular, their suspended coaster called Soaring Dragon. And this is crazy to say, but it's a knockoff B&M invert with a wing overdrop and a finish loop on an invert with bars, with lap bars. I have to admit, it looks pretty cool, but come on, what is this? What is the pacing on this? It's they're fusing a B&M invert with a Vekoma STC, and it's the worst paced thing I've ever seen. Oh my god! Just look at this, please. Just look at this. So just try to fathom this. So while B&M is using cheaper steel to make quote-unquote worse rides, Jinma Rides is adding stall loops to their invert coasters, with lap bars similar to that on Top Thrill 2. Like, seriously? But a lot of the ride layouts also have pretty creative layouts. It gets weird, though, when you look at some of their other coasters, such as their flying coaster. It's just so cursed to look at. I mean, look at the drop is a giant shallow slant into a pretzel loop, then a turnaround, corkscrew, really drawn out helix, and a giant brake run just as big as the drop. And not to mention, it's also just a plain rip-off of the Vekoma Flying Dutchman. I mean, yeah, it's cool we have something similar now to it, but they could have done anything else, like something else creative. Like look at Fly at Fantasia Land, where it has a sideways, or not a sideways, the cars are on the side of the track, and then they go under it. Why couldn't they do something cool like that? They just had to rip off the Dutchman design. I mean, it's cool and all, but I mean, come on. You have to be at least a little more creative than that. They have some pretty interesting dive coasters, too, with, 4 cars a train and 6 seats a car. But they have really bizarre layouts for dive coasters. It has weirdly, oddly shaped Immelman and some oddly profiled turns. But it's not just dive coasters, too. They also have frisbee rides, Ferris wheels, teacups, suspended monorails for some reason, launch towers, shoot-the-chute rides, and even tilt coasters. That brings me to the next point. The tilt coasters are so strange. I know that Vekoma made the first tilt coaster and all, but they didn't make these interesting rides. They didn't try to make the Jinma tilt coasters interesting. It's a really, not a shallow drop per se, but it's not a vertical drop. It's probably 45 degrees at most into a vertical loop, and then just nothing but turns and turnarounds. You guys could have added airtime hills or different inversions, but instead you just made that. I mean, come on, guys. If you're gonna knock off Vekoma, do it in an interesting way. Don't just make it a really boring, almost like a family coaster layout. It looks like something like a coaster you'd get on to get over your fears of them. Like, oh yeah, it has a slightly steep drop in one inversion, but that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. I mean, just come on, guys. So yeah, most of their coasters are weird knockoffs, but not only that, they also make the most spinning coasters out of any manufacturer in the world. 1/4 of all their rides are spinning coasters, which gets me to my next point. They've built 420 coasters. For reference, there are only 131 B&Ms, 160 Intamins, and 173 Mach coasters operating right now. While there's still companies like Vekoma that have more operating rides, the fact that Jinma has made over 420 is incredibly impressive. It's 10 a year? 1 every 30 days. It's incredibly impressive. But then again, Vekoma has a global market. They're in the US, they're in Poland, they're in so many countries. And Jinma has almost all its coasters exclusively in China. There are very few outside the region. And I'm just impressed that they've expanded this much in this little amount of time. And it looks like they have a really promising future ahead of them. I mean, what other manufacturer has 420 coasters? And that's not including flat rides or water rides. It's just roller coasters. So they probably have a lot more things like drop towers, shoot-the-chute rides, fairground rides. Like, the product category that they have is absolutely insane. It's an enormous catalog of ride after ride after ride after ride. It's really impressive, and I honestly think they have a very promising future ahead of them. And with that, that concludes today's video. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all again next Wednesday and Sunday. I apologize that there was no video last weekend. Some stuff came up, but might do a double upload just to compensate for that. So, thank you.